dangerous to take it to the house.
All right, they look set now. Here we go, 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Another look for him, Brock, and hey, why not with the way he's playing so far? But this time, just couldn't hang on.
I think you'll see coordinators at times, Kate, get away from something that's working. I like that they go back to him. Make them defend him and stop him. They did that time. My hunch is they'll look for that receiver again today.
Well, no look on his first look of the game, so now it's going to be 3rd and long. Still 10 yards to get this 1st down as they come to the line.
10, 19, time, 19, 18.
To the air on 3rd and long. He's got it, complete to Reed. There it is, touchdown, Pittsburgh! The Steelers make it a 1-score game in the 1st half. Jaden Reed, the touchdown. Pressure off left, and it's blocked. Ooh, and I think he envisioned this one going all the way back for 2, but they're able to track him down and limit the damage to just that blocked kick. All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. Now on the return, here's DK. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down.
DK on the return. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Baltimore offense to the line now. 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Burrow. Rolling out to his left. The throw left side finds Johnson. And he's going to be brought down here at the 42. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
1st down from the 42.
Gun. Look.
Run it with Robinson from the pistol. Well, even a great game is going to have its lesser moments. You can't get anything out of that carry. Stop for no gain.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Burrow setting the throw. Complete. It's Bijan Robinson. He gets it forward a little to his 46. Ashton Davis there on the stop.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Well, Brock, a lot of scoring so far as we have reached our 2-minute warning. More from Acrisure Stadium in just a moment.
1-1, ready?
Without sets, this is 3rd and 5.
Here we go.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Burrow. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
And that gets out of bounds down inside the 20. It looks to be at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
Ready up.
Pittsburgh offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Back now, pressure coming. And that's incomplete, but he might have done a little too much to cause that. Flag comes out, and this could be interference. He got too aggressive to try and stop that play, and they tag him for pass interference. All set to go now from the 35.
18 Cardinal, 18.
1st and 10, looking to throw. It's another 1st half mistake. He's intercepted again. Darnell Savage with a pick. He brings this one back. Touchdown, Baltimore, off the pick 6. Second time he's had an errant throw taken back for 6 in this half, Brock. As a quarterback, how do you come back from this knowing there's so much game left?
How do you come back from it, or how do your family and friends come back from it? I know as I get older, I think about them more and more. As a competitor, you're just going to grit your teeth and do what you can. But for the loved ones following, that's a tough second pick six to watch.
And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Steelers with some very good field position as they get set, 1st and 10. This one taken in by Kraft. And he's all the way across midfield down inside that 45-yard line. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
Oh no, they get him yet again! And the Ravens are going to have it after his second interception of the season. That deficit, and that's nothing, Brock. They are right in this game, but they'll make it final if they keep hurting their cause with these interceptions.
Play smart, not scared. That's a mantra that the Colts, Tom Moore, they've been play smart football, not scared to make a mistake. And right now, he is just making way too many mistakes.
The Ravens in a very good field position as they come up 1st and 10. Ooh, the wide receiver getting it to begin the drive. And it's a really nice gain on the reverse. That call came at the perfect time. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from first down to first down in just one play. But when you get that big play potential on the ground, geez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
Big 13. Big 13.
1st and 10, a run to Robinson. And they're going to down him by contact as they've got enough for a new set of downs. And dose of the hurry up here.
That's another.
11.
On 1st down, here's Burrow. That's him on the quick hitter. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
Gun. Stop. Ready. Stop.
Burrow out of the shotgun. He has room past the 25. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. They pick up 14 yards on that one. And that's going to be a Baltimore first. Offensive line fast.
Gain of 14. And the Raven first down.
11.
Running back motions right. 1st down, Burrow to throw. On the move, headed right. Steelers bringing pressure, no place to go, down he goes. It's a sack on 1st down. We'll see if it changes the play they go with now on 2nd.
Yeah, this offense has just been in tremendous rhythm. They've been able to stay on schedule. The key about sacks, tackles for loss, negative yards, it totally disrupts the rhythm and the play calling of that coordinator. Let's hope for this defensive sake, if they want to get in any rhythm, well, that's not the last sack of this ball game.
2nd and 10. We need something positive here.
Can. Stop.
Out of the shotgun, Burrow. Chased out to his right. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop it. And for the 2nd straight play, Brock, they're headed the wrong way, and that's going to bring up a tough 3rd down.
An individual player taking over a drive isn't limited to just skilled players on the offense. If a defender gets in a groove like this, he can wreck a drive single-handedly with his pass rush. That is back-to-back sacks for him now. And it sure seems like whatever move he's throwing out there, it's working.
11 mighty.
They kick the running back in motion. Here he goes, 3rd and long. Again, he's under pressure, and he goes down. The Steelers calling their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
3rd and long, and that coordinator decides to dial up the pressure, and they get to the quarterback. You know why I love this call, Kate? It's not just because of the aggressive makeup, but you really dictate to that offense. 3rd and extra long is a great time to blitz, because either you get home like that, or the ball's got to come out way short of the sticks. Job well done defensively. We hear it every single week, Kate, when we talk to these special teams coaches, frankly, the whole team and head coaches, how important just that momentum is coming into break and heading out of break. Well, that was job well done. Mission accomplished to score before the end of half.
The Ravens kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. So no return this time. Let's see if they run a play or if they just decide to kneel out the half.
At their own 20-yard line.
This drive starts with barely any time left. 13 seconds in the half. Back to work after throwing the pick. Connection made. Travis Etienne. And this is brought to a stop up at the 34-yard line there. All right, whistles. They've got a timeout. 7 seconds to go in this half.
Play like this, that's exactly where you want to get him the ball. Right on the outside, where he's got the space and a lot more room to work.
So they'll head up here, 1st and 10 from the 34. Looking to throw. Buys time, rolling right. And they pick him off again. Picked off by Nakobe Dean. Timeout taken by the Ravens. That is their final one. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. He was good on his first kick. Going to need to hit this one well to go 2 for 2. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. The kicking team out there for the Steelers, and here they go to send it away. Fields this one at the 3. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. Pistol formation here first as they come to the line. Starting the half with Robinson. He's going to get this one into enemy territory to the 47. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26.
Those unsung heroes, those big guys up front on the O-line, let's give them a little love right here, okay? They don't always get the attention they deserve on broadcast, but let me tell you, they played a huge role in that big old run.
Buying some time left. He's running with it.
Kid, if you've heard me say it once, you've heard me say it 100 times. Completions, completions, completions. Well, that wasn't a pass. It was a scramble. But the Nets, the same thing, keeping this offense on schedule.
Just a yard left to go on 2nd down. Shotgun snap. They give to Robinson. And they drop him with a big hit, but that's going to sting worse for the defense. A big gain, and the chain's moving too. Give him 13 on that play. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down.
What a great sign to start the second half for this offense, because with a lead, well, the ground game becomes your best friend, the centerpiece for this offense, trying to chew up that clock.
Burrow on 1st down. He's got Jalen Lane. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for 1st and goal.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
That run now has put them in such a great spot, Kate. You get a run like that inside the 1st and goal situations, there's a whole lot of confidence when you break the huddle.
And the defense holds him at the 2, Brock. He can't get beyond the line, still a couple yards short of that end zone.
When you get stuff like that on a second down run, the focus kind of shifts from getting a first down to just giving your punter enough room to get the ball out.
Stopped at the line on second. Need to fight forward 2 more yards here on 3rd and goal. Burrow from the gun. And that is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens grow the lead coming out of halftime. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
That one right down the middle. And the Ravens continue piling onto this lead.
Steelers 20.
The Ravens kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. And that one's going to skip across the goal line and into the end zone, so the football will come back out to the 20.
20-yard line.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Short pass brought in. Shoves one away. And they're going to force him out just before he can get to the 35. Big gain, 14 on the play. And a fresh set of downs for Pittsburgh.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Out of the gun, a give to Etienne. Breaks the tackle. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line. Call it 9 yards. Looks like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Throwing now off the play action. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right. Trying to find his tight end. And that leaves him with 3rd and short.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive down the field. Those windows and throwing lanes, Kate, they're not open very long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be thrown off.
He's got it inside the 25. Excellent pickup to move the chains. 36 yards in the end.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive jump. You got to get the big play, and that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Finds his man. It's crashed. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 17-yard line.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. He rolls to his right. He takes it himself. And he's going to be out of bounds at about the 7-yard line, partner. That's where they're going to be set up for this 1st and goal.
It's one of those occasions when you're sitting in the pocket and you're just looking for that escape valve. And then when you get it, you get space to run, and you get a 1st down. That's a big bonus for the quarterback.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal.
Let's go.
Goal to go. It's a pass play. Flush down out to his left. Caught just shy of the goal line. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. Throwing off the play fake. And it is caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers start their 2nd half with some needed points. That one not easy, Brock. Threading the needle there. Boy, there was a lot of traffic in the end zone, but he still found his man.
Yeah, you don't really recommend challenging double coverage in the end zone in this league, but when you give your receiver a chance in that spot, that's what they love. And sometimes you just have to trust that your guys are better than the ones surrounding him, and he'll go make that play anyway. Quarterback's best friend, big targets in the red zone. Not many guys can match up and defend someone like him, and no surprise, they went right to him for the conversion.
This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Ravens to the line now. 1st and 10.
Gun. Stop. 180.
Here's Robinson to start the drive. And this hasn't been a common sign out of him tonight, but the defense wins this rep. He's limited to no gain on the carry. And it's not just some quarterbacks, Brock, you already got to have short memories. You tell me this too, defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock them backwards.
What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. Only 1 quarter remaining now in these teams' regular season. The Ravens have the football, and more importantly, partner, a solid lead. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5.
Here we go. Stop. 11. 12. Stop.
Looking to throw, Burrow. Oh, put some heat on this deep ball. Left side. So the coverage holds up on the deep ball. That's going to force 4th down.
Small little jab there, finally landed by the defense. Able to break up one of these passes, but let's be real. We know who's been landing the heavy punches all game long. Looks like they're going to keep being aggressive too, Kate. I love that. Stay on the gas.
Takes it in at the 26. And he's going to get a modest amount on that return before he ends up out of bounds.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
Good field position as the Steelers come up to it. 1st and 10. They'll throw to begin this drive. They'll look underneath here for Etienne. And he is hauled down right at that midfield stripe. Working quickly here.
It's a gain of 14 yards. And the Steelers
to throw here on 1st down. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
Even the best of them could be hurried into a throw before they're ready, and that pressure just messed up all the timing, the rhythm, and the clock of the quarterback.
2nd down, still 10 to go after that incomplete pass.
Cowboy 80.
Pass play now. Completed over the middle. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. To the line. Here's 3rd and 3. Dropping back to throw. He's got his man. This is Krabs. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. Looking quickly here. Still sticking with the passing game. Completes this one to Krabs. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down.
Hey, you like these results on 1st. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on 2nd down. That playbook wide open.
Now they're going to throw out of the gun. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete. Looking for his back, Travis Etienne there. So it's going to be 3rd and short coming up.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
7th play of the drive. Offense facing 3rd and 3. They'll work against the blitz. So he knocked away from the intended targets. That brings up 4th down.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. Quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not 2 hands that got on the football.
Escapes the pocket. And he's caught. He's got Brown. Tackle made at the 10. 1st and goal coming up. Offense up to the line fast.
It's a gain of 21 yards. That's another steal.
In the red zone on first. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, he falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks. Etienne on third down. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Steelers get it back to within 2 possessions. Travis Etienne, the touchdown. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to 4th and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
Now, how about the other side? Beating the defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop him on 3rd and goal.
Now on the return, here's DK. This makes it up to the 25. First call here coming from the shotgun. Robinson on the inside give. This drive is going to start out with a gain of 5 before they bring him down.
That's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You can stick to the ground, you can throw beyond the sticks, it really creates some indecision now defensively.
On 1, right?
First down run, nabs him 5, now 2nd and 5.
Here we go.
Burrow gets it out wide quick. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first.
Move the chain! Gotta move that chain! Build momentum. Keep that defense on its heels.
39-yard line.
Here's Robinson up the middle, and he has enough room to gain about 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those top plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
On 1, right?
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6.
Here we go. 11, 11, 11. Big 13. Big 13.
That brings us to the 2-minute warning in Pittsburgh. Ravens nearing their 9th win of the season.
On 1, ready?
This is 2nd and 6 coming up.
11, 11, 11. Let's get set. 12, 12, 12.
Burrow back to throw. Looking to his running back, incomplete. That play's going to bring up 3rd down.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Here we go, here we go.
Now they send their back in motion right. On 3rd down, here's Burrow. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. That one intended for Jalen Lane. And it's 4th down.
Well, that took some force right there. That took some serious defensive effort to force the incompletion. You're not going to see a lot of guys ever let go of a football when they got a first down right in their midst. That force, that contact, separated man from ball.
The lead looks safe, but the pedal's staying down. They're going for this.
Here we go.
Burrow trying on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They dialed up their best effort, Brock, but they come up empty. That's going to be a turnover on downs.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
1st and 10, looking to throw. Kraft has it. And they're going to be set up at the 11 after that play. It goes for 32 yards. And the Steelers have a first down. Steelers working with a sense of urgency from the hurry-up clock, continuing to run. Working inside the red zone. Brought in. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Running clock adding a sense of urgency to these proceedings.
4 yards on the pickup.
Takes the handoff. Now to throw. We put way too much on that one, Brock. Over the end zone and out.
As I watch practices today, Kate, both college and professionally, one thing is abundantly clear. Teams spend so much more time in the red zone. They know it's the money zone. And defensively, if you can force incompletions and knock it away and leave teams for field goals, you got a great chance to win.
Too much on that, and it sails through the end zone, incomplete.
QBs, well, they're a lot like the great shooters in the NBA. Hey, listen, sometimes you're going to miss. You just got to shake it off and keep shooting away.
They're going to go for it here, trailing in the fourth. Here he goes. Got to have this on fourth down. And that's incomplete in the end zone. Could have been 6 points, but as that one falls, Brock, instead, just a turnover on downs.
Well, I think every analytics book out there, Kate said, you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the fourth. And now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
Space, left sideline, and he's off to the races. He's at the 30. He's at the 10. And they will take this into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens make it a 3-score game in the fourth. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. You know, I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
Now the offense and Burrow coming to the line, looking to tack on 2 more.
Gun.
Ravens will line up for the
All right, they're going to throw for it. And that's into the end zone, so they follow the touchdown by tacking on 2 more to their lead. They get the 2 out of it, partner. Nicely done, but into double coverage. Felt like they kind of got away with one there.
That is a quarterback's best friend. I can't tell you how many times your players, your teammates, your offensive skill guys around you come back to huddle. Just say, give me a chance. Please, just give me a chance. Throw it up. I'll make you look good. And he did right there.
The Ravens kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. And maybe making some better judgment here as he takes a knee and accepts the touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Steelers with some very good field position as they get set, 1st and 10.
Panther 60. Panther 60. Go.
They're going to throw here to begin the drive. Finds him over the middle. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. The Steelers calling their first timeout. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the 2. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
One play in, Brock, and his drive is already in enemy territory.
Ready. Nike 18.
Go play action on 1st down. Bails out of the pocket quick. Catch is made down the right sideline. And no yak this time. They got on him quickly, down at the 32-yard line. Pittsburgh will go ahead and use its 2nd timeout. And they're still going to have 1 left at their disposal. And 10 from the 32. Looking to throw here. Hits him on the in route. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. The Steelers use their third and final timeout. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
Go! 70 Lions! Trap 60, trap 60!
Jones gonna throw again. Oh, again, it looks like a pick, but they drop it. A chance to steal it away in the end zone. Just can't finish the play.
That was it. That was their chance to escape this series. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points, and that was their ticket off the field. Unfortunately, they just couldn't quite hang on.
Very thankful that INT was dropped as they come to the line here, 3rd and short.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70! 69!
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. With the pick. And the Ravens have it now, and he's 8th pick of the year.
Well, they're in danger going back to somebody who's already done damage in this game. He makes himself, well, he's a top target, but he makes himself a priority for this defense to defend, and they jumped on that opportunity.
First down now, ball at the 33.
Here we go. 11, 180.
Oh, Gronk, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Chimere Dike, the one he was looking for. So 2nd down coming up.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up. It cost him that catch.
On 1, ready?
So still 10 to go on 2nd from the 33-yard line.
Here we go, here we go. 180, stop.
They're going to pass it here. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. No luck finding his receiver that time. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
So after that prior incompletion, it's 3rd down.
11, Thomas.
Air it out on 3rd. And we put some air under this one, right side. And this one falls incomplete. Still 17 seconds left to play.
You never ever, as an offense, like 3 and outs, Kate, but you really don't like them on 3rd down when you throw into tight coverage like that. Got to manufacture a better look.
One, ready?
The lead looks safe, but the pedals staying down. They're going for this.
Gun.
Trying for it with Burrow. Pass complete. Screenplay. He won't make the marker. They rally to him in time. That's going to be a turnover on downs.
Hey, I am all for aggression. You get 4 downs, go for it. But I do have to wonder here, Kate, after being denied once again, is there going to be a trust level on that sidelines to go for it the next time they get this shot?
Jones on 1st down. Trying to push deep downfield. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Darnell Savage with the pick. To take over at their own 40 after the turnover.
We're watching the defense not just generate turnovers, but really add to it. A return like that, think about it. That's 4 or 5 plays that you just saved your offense from as they try to make that interception, yet another one, count.
Here we go.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down.
Ready, shot. Shot.
Line up the design keeper. So the Ravens will fly home with the win. Well, Brock, the playoffs didn't materialize.